Greetings, fellow DC fans. Well, this year's DCEUcember comes to a close as we take a look at Black Adam. In 2600 BC, the tyrannical king of Acton of Kondak creates the crown of Sabak to attain great power. After attempting to stage a revolt, a young slave boy is given the powers of Shazam by the Council of Wizards, transforming into Kondak's heroic champion, who kills Acton and ends his reign. In the present day, Kondak is oppressed by the Intergang, a mercenary organization, as Adriana Tomaz, an archaeologist and resistance fighter, tries to locate the crown of Sabak with help of her brother Kareem and their colleagues Samir and Ishmael. As Adriana obtains the crown, Intergang ambushes them and kills Samir, forcing Adriana to read an incantation that awakens Teth Adam, whom she believes to be Kondak's champion, from a slumber. As he slaughters most of the Intergang troops, U.S. government official Amanda Waller deems Adam a threat and contacts the Justice Society to apprehend him. Justice Society members Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher arrive in time to stop Adam's killing spree and explain to Adriana that Adam was not an entombed savior, but an imprisoned madman. Ishmael reveals himself as leader of the Intergang in Kondak and kidnaps Adriana's teenage son Amon, who has stolen and hidden the crown. Adam, Adriana, and the Justice Society find the crown and intend to trade it for Amon. Reaching Ishmael, he reveals himself as the last descendant of King Acton and wants his rightful place on the throne. Adriana willingly gives the crown to save Amon's life, but Ishmael betrays his part of the deal and shoots at Amon, causing Adam to lose control and destroy the hideout with his powers, killing Ishmael and wounding Amon. Guilt-ridden, Adam flees to the ruins of Acton's palace and reveals to Hawkman that the legend of Kondak's champion were misattributed. It was Adam's son, Harut, who was granted Shazam's powers and became Kondak's champion. Knowing that Harut was invincible, Acton instructed assassins to execute Harut's family, including Adam and Harut's mother. Harut gave Adam his powers to save his life, and Acton's assassins immediately killed the depowered Harut, causing an enraged Adam to massacre all of the king's men and inadvertently destroy his palace. Successfully deemed unworthy by the Council of Wizards, Adam attacked and killed them all in anger except for Shazam, who succeeded in imprisoning him along with the crown of Sabak within what became Adam's tomb. Feeling incapable of becoming a true hero, Adam surrenders and the Justice Society take him to a secret underworld Task Force X black site in Antarctica, where fate has a premonition of Hawkman's impending death. As the Justice Society returns to the city, throughout Ishmael intentionally provoked Adam to kill him while he wore the crown, just as Ishmael is reborn as a champion of the 6 demons of Sabak and rises from the underworld to claim his throne. When Sabak summons the legions of hell to terrorize Kondak, the people are rallied by Amon, Adriana, and Kareem to repel the undead as the Justice Society prepares to face Sabak. However, fate creates a magic forest field around the ruins to prevent his teammates from entering. Disclosing Hawkman's death can be avoided with its sacrifice. As he fights Sabak alone, Fate uses astral projection to release Adam while talking to him in his cryosleep. Sabak kills Fate, and as a result, it dissolves the force field and allows the other heroes to fight. And Adam arrives just as Sabak is about to kill the Justice Society. With aid from Hawkman using Fate's helmet, Adam kills Sabak, and the Justice Society depart on good terms with Adam, who accepts his new world's Kondak's protector after destroying the old throne and adopting a new name, Black Adam. In a mid-credits scene, Laura communicates with the defiant Adam and warns him against leaving Kondak, before Superman arrives and suggesting that they should talk. Dun dun dun. So now let's take a look at the production of this movie, beginning with the development. New Line Cinema began the development of a Shazam feature film in the early 2000s based on the DC Comics character Captain Marvel. The title came from the wizard Shazam, who gives the hero his powers, with DC unable to use the title Captain Marvel due to legal reasons. Peter Segal was signed on to direct the film in April 2006, and Dwayne Johnson was approached about portraying Captain Marvel later that year. By November 2007, Johnson was also interested in the film's antagonist, Black Adam, and had received positive responses from fans about him possibly playing that character. Development on the film was placed on hold by January 2009, but had begun again by April 2014 when Warner Brothers, the parent company New Line, and DC began planning a slate of superhero films for its shared universe, the DC Extended Universe. That August, Johnson said he was still attached to the film, but had not yet decided if he would play Captain Marvel or Black Adam. A month later, Johnson announced that he would portray Black Adam. In January 2017, Johnson met with DC's Jeff Johns to discuss the project after studio executives grew concerned that an actor of Johns' profile was being used as a villain and supporting character in the film instead of starring in it. Following that meeting, they decided to split the project into two films: Shazam, starring hero Captain Marvel, whom DC had since rebranded as Shazam, and Black Adam, with Johnson starring as the title anti-hero. Johnson said the two characters would meet on screen in the future. Johnson confirmed in July that Johnson would not appear in Shazam, though his likeness is used in that film for a magical hologram of Black Adam conjured by the wizard Shazam. Adam Zistikel, sorry if I mispronounced that, was hired to write the screenplay for Black Adam in October 2017, which Johnson said produced the film with Danny and Hiram Garcia of Seven Bucks Productions, along with Bo Flynn of Flynn Picture Co. At the time, there were plans for Johnson to first appear as Black Adam in the sequel to Suicide Squad, which had Gavin O'Connor attached as writer and possible director. The intention was for the members of the Suicide Squad to be tracking a weapon of mass destruction, which would reveal as Black Adam in A Small World for Johnson. But these plans were abandoned when O'Connor left that film in 2018. Zistikel completed a draft of the script by April 2018, when Johnson said there was potential for filming to begin in 2019. At the end of August, Zistikel had handed another draft and further revisions were underway. Hiram Garcia said that giving Shazam and Black Adam their own films was allowing the best move for each character to be developed, and he added that their depiction of Black Adam was not going to be soft enough for audiences, explaining that he is, quote, not the Boy Scout superhero. He's the guy that's like, okay, you cross him? Well, I rip your head off. In December, Johnson said that film will not begin until the end of 2019 at the earliest due to his commitments to Jumanji The Next Level and Red Notice. After the successful release of Shazam, Black Adam became a priority for New Line. By June 2019, Juan Colette Serra was in talks to direct the film after impressing Johnson as the director of Jungle Cruise. Colette Serra described Black Adam as the Dirty Harry of superheroes, and said the film would show a darker version of Johnson compared to the adventure comedy Jungle Cruise. Johnson revealed in October that the film would begin in July 2020, announced the following month that Black Adam was scheduled to be released on December 22, 2021. He also said Shazam would not appear in the film, but members of the Justice Society of America would be introduced. And now on to pre-production. Johnson stated in mid-April 2020 that filming had been delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and they were now planning to begin production in August or September of that year. By July, filming was expected to begin in early 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. A Noah Centineo was cast as Atom Smasher. During the virtual DC Fandom event in August, Johnson revealed that the film's version of the JSA would include Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and Cyclone in addition to Atom Smasher. It explained that Hawkgirl was originally included in the team, but for a complicated reason she ultimately could not be used in the film and was replaced with Cyclone. Rory Haynes and Saurabh Noshrivani had written a new draft of the script by September when Aldous Hodge was cast as Hawkman. Colette Serra discusses comparisons of the character of Dirty Harry with Johnson, saying, quote, the systems were corrupt, so you have criminals taking advantage. You needed a cop that would cut through the bullshit cut the bullshit and basically do what needed to be done. That's very much aligned with Black Adam and his way of thinking. I think that's appealing to pretty much everybody. Everybody knows how the world sometimes is not fair, and you need people that break the rules to even out the playing field. Johnson remarked that the Black in Black Adam refers to his soul, and described his worldview as myopic, adding for Adam, quote, there's no room or space for him being wrong. There's no room or space for anyone else's opinion. There's only room and space for him to justify anything that he does because of his pain. And he pushes and pushes and pushes and does not see any other way. It's very black and white. The next month, Warner Bros. Adjusted their upcoming release schedule due to the pandemic, leaving Black Adam without a release date. Later in October, Sarah Saji joined the cast as Adriana Tomaz. Quintessa Swindell was cast as Cyclone in December, with Ron Kansari joining the cast in February 2021. Filming was expected to begin that April, with the construction of the sets beginning by mid-March. Pierce Brosnan was cast as Kent Nelson/Dr. Fate at the end of March, and the film was given a new release date of July 29, 2022. In April, James Casati Moyer, Bodhi Senmugoy, Momar, and Uli Ladukefu joined the cast in undisclosed roles. Ladukefu had previously worked Johnson on the series Young Rock, while Samagui's characters described as key role from the Black Adam comics. Henry Cavill reprised his role as Superman from other DCEU films during the film's mid-credits scene. This marks his first time shooting material as the character since Justice League. Justice League had 7 Bucks productions, including himself, Dana Garcia, Hiram Garcia, played an integral role in the renegotiations between Warner Bros. And Cavill. Johnson originally pitched the idea for Cavill to reprise his role to DC Films president Walter Hamada, who rejected the idea due to his plans for different Superman projects. And now on to the filming. Principal photography began on April 10, 2021 at Trilla Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, with Lawrence Sher serving cinematographer after previously shooting DC's Joker. Filming was delayed from initial July 2020 start due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Johnson said on June 20, 2021, that there were 3 weeks left of filming, and July 15th he announced he had completed his scenes. Filming then continued without Johnson for several weeks, when the production moved to Los Angeles and arrived by August 15th. The mid-credits scene was filmed in parts, with Johnson filming it at the end of a day of reshoots and additional photography. The next part was filmed using a body double without showing the actor's face. Sher said this version of the scene was included in test screening to positive reactions, prompting a renewed push to include Cavill. Johnson approached Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group co-chairman Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi, who approved the idea. The final version of the scene was shot remotely in London in September 2022, a month before the film's premiere. And now finally on to the post-production. Ben Westenhofer served as the visual effects supervisor for the film after doing so for the DCEU film Wonder Woman, while John Lee and Michael L. Sale are the editors. Visual effects vendors included Weta FX, UPP, Scanline VFX, Digital Domain, DNEG, Rodeo VFX, Lula VFX, Gatina Creative, Tippett Studio, and EDI Effetti Digitali Italiani. In March 2022, Warner Bros. Adjusted its release schedule due to the impacts of COVID-19 on the workload of visual effects vendors. Black Adam was pushed back to October 21st, 2022, with The Flash and Aquaman The Lost Kingdom moved from late 2022 into 2023 to allow time for the visual effects work to be completed. The delay for Black Adam was also probably due to reshoots that were scheduled for February 2022 having to be postponed because most of the studio's space at Trilla was being taken up by production on Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3. Once shooting for that film ended, reshoots for Black Adam began in early May and had concluded early the next month. Klotzier confirmed that work on the film had been completed with the picture lock being achieved by July 2022. Final writing credits were given to Zekiel, Haynes, and Oshervani, while an additional literary material credit was attributed to David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick, who scribed DC's Aquaman. In October 2022, Gilman Hunter and Jennifer Holland were revealed to reprise their respective DCEU roles as Shazam and Amelia Harcourt, the former from Shazam and the latter from The Suicide Squad and the first season of Peacemaker. The film initially received an R rating due to several gruesome death scenes, and many cuts had to be made to the film to receive the lower PG-13 rating. Well, nice if it had been rated R, but hey, that's just my opinion, so there you go. So overall, I really do enjoy this movie, and I think it's definitely it's so good that I freaking love it, so there you go. So overall, I give Black Adam 4 bat signals out of 5. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the DCEU. And tune in next year as we take a look at as DCEU 2023 begins with Shazam! Fury of the Gods. But again, that's for next year, so there you go. So to wrap this up, as I always say, in the words of Superman, I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.